The MotoGP paddock is absolutely buzzing right now as we dive into the biggest stories shaking up the 2026 season. We start with the massive headlines surrounding Jorge Martin and his future with Yamaha. Carlo Pernat is making waves, claiming this move is purely an economic power play and a strategic step toward retirement. Despite Jorge Martin still being a top-tier threat, the conversation around his long-term career moves and that looming switch to Yamaha is creating tension for the current Aprilia squad.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Speaking of resilience, we have to talk about Jorge Martin himself and his incredible comeback journey. After that terrifying crash at the 2025 Qatar Grand Prix, many wondered if he could ever return to his peak form. But Jorge Martin is silencing every critic, proving he is 100% better as a rider, fueled by a new, mature perspective that focuses on consistency rather than just pure risk. The excitement for Jorge Martin hit a fever pitch at the recent United States MotoGP sprint race in Austin. He secured a sensational victory, his first since 2024, but the celebration took a wild turn when he actually fell while attempting a celebratory wheelie. Thankfully, he walked away completely uninjured and is showing everyone exactly why Aprilia has so much faith in his performance this year. Finally, we look at the emotional side of this incredible turnaround for the 2024 world champion. Jorge Martin has the full support of his mother and partner, who are speaking out about the fear and immense pride they feel watching his rebirth on the track. It is truly heartening to see him back at the top of his game. If you want to stay updated on everything happening in the world of racing, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell. Is Jorge Martin playing the long game for his bank account or his legacy? The MotoGP paddock is buzzing, and the latest bombshell move to Yamaha in 2027 has everyone asking the same question. Why walk away from a top-tier ride at Aprilia? Well, legendary manager Carlo Pernat just blew the lid off the situation, and his take is as blunt as it gets. According to Pernat, this isn't about chasing the best bike, it's about the retirement fund. Think about it, a grueling career plagued by injuries, a brutal schedule, and a massive paycheck waiting at the end of the tunnel. Pernat suggests Martin is essentially setting himself up to ride into the sunset, even if he's currently eating caviar while regretting the decision to leave the competitive heat behind. It's a fascinating, if cynical, look at the life of a professional racer. But before he heads to Japan, he's got a massive hurdle to clear: Marco Bezzecchi. This internal battle at Aprilia is shaping up to be the ultimate litmus test. Can Bezzecchi prove he's the real deal by taking down a former world champion? Or does Martin's experience give him the edge he needs to crown his time at Aprilia with one last trophy? With Aprilia refusing to enforce team orders, we are looking at an all-out war on the tarmac for the rest of the season. It's going to be a wild ride, and I want to hear your take. Is Martin making a smart move for his future, or is he throwing away his prime years? Drop your predictions in the comments below, smash that like button, and subscribe for the latest updates on the high-stakes world of MotoGP. See you at the finish line. What separates a fast rider from a true champion? Often, it is not just raw speed, but the ability to survive the dark moments and come back with a new perspective. Jorge Martin's journey has been nothing short of a Hollywood script. After a brutal, season-altering crash at the 2025 Qatar Grand Prix, most of the paddock wrote him off. They figured the spark was gone, that the physical and mental toll would be too high to overcome. But if you look at the 2026 standings, you'll see the reality is much different. Sitting just 4 points behind his teammate Marco Bezzecchi, Martin isn't just back, he's better than ever. It is a massive twist for Aprilia, who clearly anticipated the title spotlight falling primarily on Bezzecchi. Instead, they have an internal rivalry that is quickly becoming the story of the year. So, what changed? Martin recently sat down with Diario AS and dropped some serious truth about his evolution. He admits he used to be a pure, reckless instinct player, throwing his bike at corners hoping for the best. Now, he is surgical. He calls himself 100% better, not because he's magically faster, but because he has learned how to manage risk. He's traded raw aggression for calculated experience, focusing on the daily grind rather than just the trophy at the end of the weekend. It is the kind of professional maturity that wins championships. And don't think for a second he ever considered hanging up his leathers during those grueling recovery months. To Martin, retiring wasn't an option because he didn't view himself as gone. He was just waiting for his body to catch up to his ambition. He says riding is the meaning of his life, and that kind of singular focus is dangerous for the rest of the field. Is this the year Jorge Martin finally claims his crown? Or will the pressure of the Aprilia intra-team battle prove to be the ultimate test? Drop a comment below, and let me know if you think Martin has the composure to beat Bezzecchi to the title. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all the latest MotoGP updates. And remember, sometimes the biggest comeback isn't about being the loudest on the track, but being the smartest. Ever wondered what it feels like to reach the pinnacle of motorsport, only to literally trip over your own excitement? That is exactly what happened to MotoGP star Jorge Martin this weekend at the Circuit of the Americas. After a masterclass performance in the 2026 United States sprint race, Martin snatched a victory that felt more like a rebirth than just another trophy. This win wasn't just significant. It was his first sprint victory since the 2024 Malaysian GP, a drought that lasted over a year. As he crossed the finish line, the adrenaline took over. Martin popped a wheelie to salute the crowd, but things took a clumsy turn when he lost control and hit the deck. It is the kind of moment that reminds you that even at 200 miles per hour, these riders are only human. Thankfully, he walked away unscathed, proving that even a tumble couldn't ruin his day on the podium. Behind the glamour of the win, Martin's journey has been anything but smooth. After a brutal 2025 season plagued by injury, his transition to Aprilia has been his lifeline. He admitted he never expected to be back on the top step this early in the season, crediting the team for helping him rebuild his confidence and his form. It is truly impressive to see him claw his way back, especially when he's still battling the physical remnants of his past injuries. He is stronger, smarter, and clearly hungrier than ever. It makes you wonder, if he is performing this well while still in pain, what is he going to look like when he is back to full health? If you enjoyed this update on Jorge's comeback, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments. Do you think Martin has what it takes to reclaim the world title this year? Racing is as much about the mind as it is about the machine, and today, Jorge Martin proved he has both. Have you ever watched someone stare down their own shadow and come out the other side stronger than ever? That is exactly what we are witnessing with Jorge Martin. After a 2023 season plagued by brutal injuries, from the wreckage at Sepang to the punishing return in Qatar, the man they call the Martinator has officially risen from the ashes. He is not just racing again. He is setting the grid on fire, dominating sprints, and proving he is a legitimate titan in the 2024 title hunt. But beneath the visor and the high-speed overtakes lies a story of survival, not just for him, but for the people who held the line when things looked bleak. In a deeply touching interview with AS, his mother, Susanna, pulled back the curtain on the support system that kept him grounded. She spoke of the angels around them, the silent strength of his father, Angel, and the unwavering devotion of his partner, Maria. It's a powerful reminder that while we cheer for the rider, it's the human connection that fuels the comeback. Susanna's words about seeing his eyes shine again, that signature intense green light, show us that he's finally back to enjoying the life he fought so hard to reclaim. His partner, Maria, captured the paradox perfectly. The constant, heart-wrenching fear of his danger, balanced by the undeniable realization that he is only truly alive when he is pushing the limits on two wheels. It's a rare look at the heavy price of professional racing and the immense pride that makes it all worth it. Seeing Jorge reclaim his joy is the kind of redemption arc we live for in motorsports. Do you think this momentum is enough to carry him to the ultimate crown this year? Let me know your take in the comments below. If you loved this deep dive into the heart of a champion, hit that subscribe button for more behind-the-scenes stories. Remember, the greatest races aren't just won on the track, they are won in the moments when you decide to keep going.